if that is your goal, because I think that we all think that that's every woman's goal, and it's just absolutely not. If that is your goal, if you know that you want to be married, I agree with you. I don't agree with the whole phase. I don't think that women should have a whole phase. I don't know where that came
I agree.
from. But I do agree that if your goal is to have a family, it is best, even biologically, it is best for you to start that process early. The problem is if you don't find a person who you find to be a good match for you, because there aren't, like you said, that it was 7-1 in college.
Mm-hmm.
The ratio to women is 7-1. So what about those other 6?
So here's the weird part, Shan.
There's a solution for that.
The numbers, I was gonna say, the numbers are the numbers. Shut your head. we know the polygamy. All right.
I'm down for it. Just one though.
All right. So the weird part is not only are you right, Shan, but why is it also that every woman has passed up a good man, a good marriageable man? Even though every woman got one of them where it's like, he's the one that got away. I should have married him. Now he's married. And like, you see, so it's more so.
But is it? So let me just say this: when women say they got one, because I'm agree with you, but I always also want to think of it this way. Women always say, "Oh, that's the one that got away," but she's unsure if he even wanted to marry her, though. She's thinking about him giving her an opportunity. We don't know if that would have lasted. The way marriages are going right now, we don't know if that would have ended their marriage.
Well, not only do we, what I'm saying more so is that they were adamant about not giving chances to the men that were marriageable, right? Back burner. I like every dude that's married right now. They got they found their wife in their 20s. You can kind of tell that there were some girls who were just extending it out because it's like you like them, but you're like, yo, she's just not serious. Why is she not serious, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? And then, but they'll be in your DMs now, like, your family is so pretty.
But I will argue, out of every man who's married, there were 3 women he was with before that he did marry. He married the person he wanted to marry.
Sure,
okay, so we're assuming that she would even be the one that he wanted to marry.
Now, and here's the other part about the 7-1. The same way that we say most men or all men aren't marriage material, we also got to realize the same thing applies for women.
And we're going to do this video right now. Let's just because we run out of time. I gotta go to bed.
If you got married young, I hope it was the love of your life. I hope that there's nothing else you can ask for and everything is glorious. Now I'm not talking to those ladies anymore. Now
okay, let me start this over
married
again.
Young, I hope it was the love of your life.
Never mind.
I hope that there's nothing else you can ask for and everything is glorious. Now I'm not talking to those ladies anymore. Now listen, do not get married young. Wait till 35 and only look for somebody who you are going to make genetically a better offspring with, because that's your only responsibility as a human being on this planet. Second off, enjoy the meantime, okay? Because the men evolve. No longer are you getting the, hey, I don't care, like, what do you want to do? Or like, oh, like, what are you in the mood for? Do you want to get a dinner? You want to go for drinks? No. They evolve into the men that ask you for your Delta Sky Miles number because they want to give you points off of the trip that they bought you, okay? They plan trips to different states because they're bored. They go and get lunch in another state because they want to spend time with you, okay? The evolution is there. You just have to wait it out. Them kids and that boy you think is the love of your life.
This lady, man.
So listen. So let me just say this.
The devil is busy, bro. The devil is busy.
It is busy. But let me say this. This is Marky Mark's stance right here, okay? I think what is happening, listen, y'all may be glad, people better be glad polygamy is not legal. All right? Because this is what it is. The problem is these guys who got it like that are doing all this for these women, and they're like holding out for these guys, even if they know they'll never be his wife. They just shine. You understand? What's happening is these guys are messing it up for everybody else. They really are. Because they're being greedy. They're whining and dining these chicks. And these chicks don't want normal guys.
Yeah, but most of those men don't want them in the marriage capacity. They just want to keep doing exactly what they are doing.
Because they, so if a guy can marry as many women as he wanted to marry,
Mhm.
The only reason that's stopping is
I
because
would be single.
he doesn't have that opportunity, right?
Now, most
But
men
if
would still
he
marry
could-
one. Make no mistake. Most men would still marry one.
So I'm about to say probably the most
But
controversial.
some men, but this is the reason why I say most men would still marry one. That's not what polygamy is about. It's not about men's choice and all that type of stuff. I told you my grandfather had, I think, 3 or 4 wives. Great grandfather, I'm sorry, and they were his classmates whose husbands died in like a bad fire that happened at the top of the hill mountain where they live. So they all came down like, my children need help. They will work on your farm or whatever. And he married all of them so they have sustenance and a roof over their head. Right. That's what it's traditionally been about. So, you know, most men would see it as a community focused effort to be like, all right, well, these kids need dads. I'll marry this to that one, you know. But no, most men would still marry one because y'all still trouble. Y'all
Okay,
still trouble.
so I'm not necessarily against.
He ain't set it
polygamy
up
or
right.
You see what
Can y'all
Buck
hear me?
just said? I'm
Can
gonna
y'all
just
hear me?
pull that up real quick.
He said hoes believe in polygamy.
They all in poly relationships, yeah.
I don't think
Is
that
my
that
mic
has
working?
anything to do with hoeing. I think
I
that
don't
would
need
be
that.
probably, if anything, I would
Opposite
say, okay,
of that.
maybe gold diggers or women who you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't think that that's hoeing because you're still talking about one man. You're not talking about several men. You're talking about one man.
But
I mean,
believe it or
your mic
not,
is working. It's just a little low.
believe it or not, I can understand polygamy and its purpose if it's done correctly and is done for its purpose. I think the way that it is today, it has become more of a sexualized type of ideal when that's not what its purpose is. Like when men think about polygamy is from a lustful mindset of
But what about
having
women?
2 women and those women like basically having a threesome. Like that's the mindset that I think they have about polygamy, and that's not the purpose of it.
Right. So let's take out of the man's, let's think about the woman's standpoint. Okay, think about it. I'm married to a man and he has another wife. When my cycle is on, or I'm just not up to it, he go to her. You understand?
More than likely, y'all
Listen what I'm
gonna be
saying.
insane.
Them shit synced up.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Listen,
saying.
listen. We got kids together. It's 2 women instead of just one with all these kids. I gotta make a run. She can watch the kids. Blah 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 blah. I'm on the phone with my girlfriend all the time. She can be my girlfriend. Hey, what's up, girl? You know what I'm saying? We sit here. We know each other business. We talking to this and we all in the same household. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I can see how it works. I'm not saying I wouldn't be in a relationship, but I can understand.